No, it goes further than just construction.
Yes.
And construction is good for those who like construction, but there's other, avenues of employment, genuine employment, to where people can build careers and take care of their families and buy property,
right.
and become a legitimate member of this
self-supporting member of society.
Yes.
And I'm very, very concerned, and the audience knows that I have been singing this song for a long time, but that's why, which the song has been, my people are not able, and when I say my people, I mean the residents of my community, all colors, they are not able, particularly though African Americans, are not able to purchase the very properties that are being built all around them.
Exactly.
And that's embarrassing for me as a community real estate broker. How did this happen? Can we do something? What can we do about it?
This came to be by not enforcement of the laws that's on the books for affordable housing for the extremely low and very low income populations of the project area.
You say that by non-enforcement of the laws.
Right. They're not being complied with by the agencies and the developers and the owners of the property.
Why? How can they get away with that?
Lack of advocacy by the community, people who are knowledgeable of the law, because as we speak, I am, along with a couple of other people in the community, are advocating for the affordable housing levels to be addressed in a manner that is prescribed by the law. And this, as of today, has not taken place for the extremely low and very low income populations of our community. But there is a report that is under Article 6 of the California Redevelopment Law. It's called Report Requirements. And under that report, there is a report that's called 330-80.1. And that gives a snapshot of all the activities that has taken place in the actions of the redevelopment agency for that particular fiscal year. And in that,
where can someone find that? If you were to say, okay, this is an educational show.
yes.
So, please share with our audience how they can get that information for themselves and educate themselves. Where would they start? What would be is there something simple?
Well, I would suggest to go to the internet and key in the California Redevelopment Law Health and Safety Code.
Excellent. Wait, California Redevelopment Law Health and Safety Code.
Yes.
Miss Westbrook is smiling at us.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is what she would want.
Yes, ma'am. And the laws and regulations that govern the agency and activities in the project area are such that it's very extensive. But if you apply yourself and focus and allow yourself time, you can pick it up. As a matter of fact, what I and Marvin Robinson, who is a individual who we were raised up, as you know,
long-time resident,
and has opened up a store in Bayview Hunters Point.
Has a business called the Dollar Store and More.
Right, and who was raised in this community.
Yes,
and was influenced by Mrs. Eloise Westbrook.
Yes.
to forward his dream in broadcasting, and he went through the broadcasting and became very successful.
Yes.
But what he did is that's unique, that he, after his successes, he came back to the community and invested in the community in which he was raised in.
Yes, he did.
The normal people, the average person wouldn't have done that. At least historically, they have not done so. But he came back and invested, not for, yes, this to make money, to be profitable,
but
be successful, but also to be a positive example to the rest of the community, that they can do the same thing, can be a positive force, and to advocate for the positive change and the rightful opportunities that is due to us as residents in this community.
Marvin, and that's great. Marvin's returned. I've returned. Many of us have returned. You've returned.
Yes, ma'am.
Many of us have returned to fight this fight.
Yes,
Many of us have invested money and bought homes in our own community, not only because this is where we want to live, but if we can do it, we want others to do it. We've been blessed to prosper. We're Hunters Point born and bred and have returned, and we want the same opportunities that we were able to achieve individually for the entire community.
Exactly.
And there's something smelly in Denmark, and I'm very concerned as the president of District 10 Community Brokers and also as the founder of the Bayview Hunters Point Real Estate Professionals. We all have a role. Your statistical information, your knowledge of the law, Marvin's business savvy, all of our common interests in housing. So many people are involved. Al Norman, he has a role to play. We all have our differences. Ed Donaldson. But it is now time for us to all come together.
Absolutely.
Where we agree. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Right now, we're in a 911 situation. And if we don't do something, people citywide will continue to be affected because the new face of San Francisco is being shaped right now. I'd like to read one thing about, because this show is a tribute to Mother Eloise Westbrook. Mrs. Westbrook's commitment to the community was deeply rooted. She was active in the development of ambulatory health care services.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and go ahead, jump in there.
As Mrs. Westbrook was a pioneer to start services in the community that has never been done before.
Never been done before.
So,
I'm glad you pointed that out because we can do something different. We don't have to follow the same old mold, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's what we're doing. We're taking it to the state level and to the bureaucrats who supposed to be the overseers of the accomplishments of the redevelopment agency in the project areas throughout not only San Francisco but throughout the state, but particularly Bayview Hunters Point.
Please call me because I want to help in any way I can. I know a lot of residents. My group of people, we all had our groups of people, and it's time for all of us to come together.
Well, what we'll be doing, Diane, with your help and positive participation from the community, we'll be conducting workshops to give the residents in the community a better understanding of what their rights are and what the law mandates from the redevelopment agency. That agency works for the community. They don't come to the community dictating. They only come to the community dictating and doing what they want to do when the people are not knowledgeable of the law that governs their activities. So once we acknowledge of that and have that understanding and form committees and coalitions and associations, they do what we want them to do in our community. They don't come in the community and do exactly what they want to do. As historically, that's been the case.
And what's so great about this, listening audience, is that we have the law on our side. I did not know that. That's why it takes a village. It takes all of us. Yes, we all bring a piece. I did not know that I knew that things were short, but I did not know we have laws on the books right now that have not been adhered to. Same as when Mother Westbrook had to go to Washington.
Exactly.
Because she stressed and filed a class action lawsuit. And that is the next thing I'm very concerned about. I hear there's some people doing something, but that's something, unfortunately, that's going to have to be done. If the community armed with the knowledge of the law and the redevelopment law, health and safety code,
yes,
if we are not able to accomplish the accountability and have them operate and follow the law, then we too shall have to go to Washington.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There's no doubt about that. And that's the only way the change will be effective to where we can realize the opportunities that we'll do as a community, a designated community under the redevelopment agency and the city and county of San Francisco. The workshops that we will be conducting will give us clear understanding of what our rights are as residents in a designated area. For instance, Alice Griffin and Hunters Point, those units that's built there, those units.
2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Those units that's built there fall in a certain category of the law, and the law is Section 334.13.
Okay, now we're going to back up. I need everyone to get a pencil and paper. Get a pencil and paper. Let's repeat the redevelopment law that people should read, including myself. I'm going to read it. What is that law? It's the redevelopment law, health and safety code.
Right.
Okay, that's Google that.
Yes. And
redevelopment law, health and safety code, and then also.
In particular for housing is section 334.13.
Under health and safety.
Under health and safety.
Section 334.13.
Yes, 334.13. Okay. Yes, and along there's a lot of different reports that's mandated for the redevelopment agency to file annually. After the fiscal year, within 6 months of the fiscal year, that particular report is 330.80.1.
Great.
But, yes.
You know, I want to thank you so much, Alonzo, for being on our show today.
Yes,
I want to thank you very, very much. You're going to have to come back several times. When the workshops are planned, we're going to have you check in. So, because we are here to disseminate information and empower people.
Yes, ma'am.
And I thank God for you. I congratulate you. I mean, we have another soldier. And very much needed. I want to congratulate Marvin and everyone in the neighborhood for in San Francisco, because really it's a very small town. We'll see you again in 1 week. This month is dedicated to Eloise Westbrook. This is Eloise Westbrook month. Thank you for joining.